Do you know how long it takes for a plastic to disintegrate?
I think 10 years.
I think it takes about like 30 years.
Maybe 1 hour.
Plastic will take probably 30 minutes to disintegrate.
Like 10 years, maybe.
Normally, I think it takes 6 to 7 minutes.
The plastic will take 100 years to dissolve, is my guess.
Every day we touch plastic more than we realize. It's in our hands, our homes, our habits, and often it never truly leaves. But what's the real cost of this convenience? Hi, I'm Peter, CEO and founder of Avani. I'm here to make a change. We learn to measure plastic in grams and tons, but never into what it really costs the planet. That's when I realized the world doesn't need more awareness, but it needs more alternatives. If we will consider reusing plastic, reusing more of it or recycle it, it will have a major impact on the carbon footprint that we generate and obviously on the pollution that is everywhere. Other commodities such as aluminium is being recycled 80%. Glass is recycled anything between 70 to 80%. Iron, 60%. Paper, depending on the part of the world, but has reached to 50, 55%. But plastic, worldwide average is never crossed 20%. Because of that overuse, we find plastic now everywhere, in the bellies of animals, in the bellies of camels in this part of the world. We use it to such an extent that the litter of plastic is everywhere, and this has to stop. The main reason why I started Avani is going back to my hotelier career, and we had an ambition to implement the Green Globe certification. So by doing so, we decided to recycle, segregate stuff. Whilst I saw the potential and what the problem that we had with the packaging in the hospitality and hotels industry, I really decided to look at potential alternatives. And Avani means coming from Earth, Mother Earth in many Asian languages. So comes from Earth, doing a certain function and then going back to Earth, and in the process polluting much more and harming less the planet, but also very important, not leaving any microplastics behind. Our idea was that we use plant-based materials. We harvest certain plants to make certain containers and certain packaging. And by doing so, we reduce quantities, but also we generate far less carbon footprint. So you take something plant-based, you use it for a function and life and cycle, that product becomes compost, so coming from nature and going back to nature. So using the full 360 circle, we take a crop, we harvest it, we make a container out of it or a bag, for example, and then we compost it. And that bag or the leftover product becomes compost and nutriments for the future crops without polluting, without harming the environment, and without leaving any microplastics behind. At Avani, our mission is to make sustainability practical, affordable, and scalable. The nature had its all answer for us. We just had to listen. We didn't have to reinvent the wheel. We just had to follow the natural process. In UAE, innovation is a national mission, and that mission made Avani to thrive. So at the very beginning, we were manufacturing our bags, for example, outside of UAE, and then the full order to delivery process was taking anything between 2 to 3 months. As we grown, we decided to localize production, and by doing so, we had a threefold effect. So we did this thing called in-country value. So we added value to the business here in UAE by creating jobs, by generating further revenues in this part of the world. But also we shortened the production timelines and was very beneficial for our clients. So from 12 to 14 weeks, we went down to 4 to 6 weeks. And in the process, because then we were not bringing small batches of end products, we just bring in the raw materials here, we further reduced the carbon emissions by 15%. So even the brightest idea need a bridge between beliefs and impact, and MBRIF Guarantee Scheme give us that bridge.
Avani was the perfect fit for MBRIF Guarantee Scheme program, offering a solution that is scalable, grounded in nature, and urgently relevant. It perfectly aligned with the UAE's vision for sustainability and a circular economy. The goal was to help Peter overcome challenges, to localize production, reach more partners, and get the UAE ecosystem behind him. At MBRIF, we are building a platform for innovation to strive, especially when it solves problems that matters.
When we received the support of MBRIF Guarantee Scheme, we managed to successfully launch the business. The partnership with MBRIF didn't just accelerate our growth, but it accelerated our mission. And it really helped us to implement our vision into practice, and then the business has been flying ever since. When we received the MBRIF Guarantee Scheme, it came to us like a big validation or a big certificate stating that our business is viable, that our business is heading in the right direction. And ever since, we've been growing double digits. MBRIF scheme helped us increase production capacity. It helped us diversify product offer, support logistics and warehousing. Lastly, but not least, invest in regional expansion. We reach faster, reach wider, and make sustainability affordable. Beyond its support, it was a vision, one that went far beyond funding. And the proof is simple. Our products may disappear, but their impacts definitely will last. So you see, when you talk about sustainable packaging, the real change is actually tangible or intangible, because obviously you have a tangible product made from plants, and the life and cycle of it, as I demonstrate here with this cassava bag. And then I have here a jar with boiling hot water. So we're gonna do a little compostable experiment where I take the bag, as you see, I place it in hot water, I stir it up, and then as you can see, the bag starts biodegrading. So this is the accelerated way of home composting, all right? And then as you will see, there will be, the water takes the bag color, but then there's no microplastic, no other stuff left in. And then this, if dispersed in the natural environment will not harm it. There is not so many tangible left, because everything then just becomes compost. It came from nature, it did a purpose, and then look at this, it goes back to nature without harming it. So today, we have in excess of 400 clients in 5-6 countries we serve. Most of our products have made their way into some of the restaurants, hotels, cafes, but also in retail, in some facilities, management facilities. Through the diversification of the product portfolio, constantly advancement, we managed to keep on adding new clients, and then we also managed to share the best practices in every sector of where our products can be applied for. We all have to do our part in adopting and implementing sustainability. This has to be the status quo. Sustainability is here to stay. There's no other option, and that's the only way forward for us to make UAE and Earth a greener planet.